everybody, it's Teepa. And today I was going to talk a little bit about this idea of dementia friendly, being dementia friendly. So first of all, let me say, what does that actually mean? What's the description? What's the ability state? Because I think all too often right now across the world, we still have difficulty having people recognizing the difference between dementia and Alzheimer's, between dementia and normal aging, between normal aging and different kinds of brains. If we identify that someone or an organization or a community is dementia friendly, what exactly does that mean? I mean, there are some organizations that will give you a little sticker that says you're dementia friendly. So far, what I understand from everything I've seen is it's really that you have gone through watching some videos. A certain number of your employees have watched videos. And once you've done that, now there are some things you could tick off, but I don't know that you're required to tick them off other than having watched the videos. Our challenging situation for us is that we believe we don't actually know at that moment what you've gained from watching those videos and listening to those videos. I mean, they might have been great videos. I mean, we provide a variety of videos, and we think that's a great starting point to build from unaware to aware. But maybe you're more aware, maybe you're not. Maybe you were watching the video while you were worrying and thinking about other things, or maybe you were really paying attention to the video. But what you came with before you entered this space is going to a large degree, potentially impact how you see, hear, and come away from this video that you've watched. Now, some videos are designed to tell you stuff. And we believe there's a big difference in the kind of video that some groups might put out as dementia education and what we believe is. So I have a question for you. When you think of the word dementia, do you tend to think, oh, I sort of understand dementia and I'm feeling like, yeah, I could be very supportive and helpful. Yeah, I sort of know what dementia is, I think. I mean, my grandma had it. And it was sort of like, and I might or might not, or dementia, boy, I feel bad for anybody who has it. I mean, I feel super bad, so I'll try to be helpful. And what I would ask is, what do you actually know about this thing called dementia? Tell me a little bit about what you know. Could you share a little of that? Here's what I know about dementia. So it's an I share, you share. So here's a picture of a brain for someone who's lived with dementia a really long time. And here's a picture of a brain for someone who's never had dementia. When you look at those, what do you notice? Now, that can be done in a video format. Now, I'm not listening to you. I don't know what you said, but at least I asked you to question. And then I might say, now, why do you think that brain would work differently than that brain? Yeah. Well, sometimes it works a whole lot differently, and sometimes it doesn't actually seem to work all that differently, but you can tell by how much change there is between those two brains, because this one originally looked like this one, that something dramatic has happened. And so the question I have for you, do you think this is just typical aging, or do you think it might be something more? Yeah, if you were looking at the bottom of the screen, you will notice that it actually did say it was something more. That's unfortunately what dementia can do to the brain that you have, which allows you to think, to see what you see and understand what you see, to hear what you hear and understand what you hear, to do what you do and feel what happens and understand how to modify that. It actually is the brain that it's going to allow you to breathe and have your heart beat and have you know when you need to go to the bathroom and then do something about that, and know when you're hungry and know and recognize that the emotion you're feeling is one of discomfort, not one of someone's trying to do something against you. But that only happens when you realize, so that's what's happening to the brain. Yeah. So what does that mean for you in the work that you do? Let's say you take an order for a menu, and the person then, when you bring the food item, says, I never ordered that. And you look at your sheet and you know they did. Would you think, well, if I get her to see the sheet, then she'd understand? Or do I go, okay, so the bad news is her brain has changed enough that she was not able to hold on to the information about what she wanted for the length of time it took us to prepare what she wanted. And now that she sees, or maybe it's that the words that she read on the menu didn't match what she thought it was going to look like when it came. I haven't checked that out. Oh, I am so sorry. I understand. I understood that you wanted chicken Alfredo. Well, I do. Oh, this is what ours looks like. This is our Alfredo. Do you want to taste it and see if it is what you're looking for? Or would you prefer that I get you something else, chicken based or something else? See, that's what being dementia competent means. So being friendly, I could be friendly and go, well, I'm so sorry, that is what you ordered, but if you don't want it, that's fine. Because in that case, a little bit different. I'm saying, you're wrong, I'm right, but I'm willing to let it go because I'm being friendly. And when someone's living with dementia or brain changes that come with dementia or brain changes for other reasons, notice that I said it could be other reasons. It could be that I'm just anxious. It could be that I'm exhausted. It could be that I'm not an English speaker natively, and so I had to take the words and try to interpret them. It could be that I have a misremembering of what Alfredo means, and I thought it meant one thing, and apparently it means something else. Or maybe my eyes are playing tricks, or maybe I actually envision something. So what we're talking about here is the true difference between trying to be kind, understand being kind. It's a great skill to have, to be kind, and actually being kind in a meaningful way that has value for both the person living with and for me, because what I'm teaching my brain is to be super resilient, to be observant, to be noticing things, to take that information and use it. In other words, I quit feeling victimized by a condition and start recognize situations come up. What am I going to do about it? Because it's not just about businesses or family members. It's also about healthcare providers. We can make big mistakes in our thinking if we think we know dementia. When we stopped learning about dementia, when we just went with what our program taught us or our own personal experiences. We at Positive Approach to Care truly do believe we can build a community that has more skill, that has more knowledge, that has the ability to become more aware in whatever our relationship with dementia is. And we know that we have champion teachers that we certify, that they have the ability to help people look at brains, look at situations, look at things, and then help people develop this awareness, knowledge, and start to work on their skill. We also have ways of talking about this brain change that don't make the other person less, just makes us all different, which we are anyway, and it's called neurodiversity. We believe that there are consultations that can help in situations so that we can get a better view of what might be going on by taking a look at other perspectives, taking a look at environmental factors, taking a look at programming and how we might be programming challenges into what's happening, what kind of props we might offer. So rather than just have a word menu, what if I had picture menus? And what if instead of giving you everything under the sun, I said, here are the options for drinks. We have cold drinks, we have hot drinks. Would you like something hot or cold? Something hot. Coffee or something else? Now notice what I've done with my body is a skillful maneuver, because what I am is showing you the objects, the items on your preferred side or the dominant side. If you're right-handed, I'd switch to the other if you were left-handed, but I'd err on the side of doing right hand because that's the majority of a population. See what happens for you. And then I could know more about what your brain is visually taking in, auditorily taking in, and whether or not you start to reach for something that would tell me, okay, that's what she wants, with very few words. I can limit my words. Ooh, hot, cold, hot, sugar, milk. All of a sudden, we've got a way of getting data that simplifies. I would use it if I notice the person doesn't seem to be providing a lot of words, but they do seem to be looking at things. So learning to use visual cueing with fewer auditory cues. So it's visual, then verbal. And then if she reaches out to touch, or I can say, hi, I'm Teepa, with a name tag up over here, so that we're getting something and connecting before I start offering support or service. All right, everybody. So what's the message this month? The message this month is there's a lot we can choose to do. The question is being friendly enough? And in my mind, yeah, I'm glad you're friendly. I'd really like you to know how to be friendly and why what you do matters, because I do know that you matter. I know that each organization, each interaction makes a difference. And I know the way to build something different is to support the building. So we have lots of opportunities to start to shift or change and just to taste and see if you like it. Because we believe, much like a menu, we shouldn't just offer you this wild menu that has so many things on it, you don't even know what to pick. But instead, once we hear a little bit about who you are, what you do, what you like, what you've experienced previously, then and only then can we put the two halves together to figure out, aha, I think I know the direction, or we can figure out the direction. We still have two options of which direction makes the most sense for you and for us, to see if we have some matchups, because the last thing we want to do is cause conflict. One of the cool things about PAC is we stay curious. And we stay curious because we authentically believe that it is essential, it's truly essential, to be compassionate, but more importantly, to figure out how to be mutually supportive, because together we are empowered to change. So it's all about the relationships. And being a friend, oh yeah, we're in favor of that. But to be a true friend is to really to appreciate the human being on the other side of the equation, and to recognize, boy, I have some things about me that make this challenging, and I have some things about me that'll make this really work well. Know thyself, then offer the support. So this month, we're really looking at, what does dementia friendly really mean? And my goal, I like friends that are kind and competent. So whether you're in an airport and needing support, whether you're in a restaurant and needing support, whether you're in a community and needing support, or whether you feel trapped and could use some support, because there are a lot of people in this world living with brain change, some within, some around, some without. But until we get better at communicating, I'm not sure how we're going to stay friends. And I think it's a good idea to have friends. Take care with your care.